Okay, we are on. So today I want to introduce Tatiana. And Tatiana is a teacher trainer. She lives in Kyiv in Ukraine. And she is a self-employed teacher trainer. She doesn't work for Cambridge. However, she teaches other teachers how to pass CELTA in a good way and how to do their lessons much better. So, can you add something more?
Also, I help teachers to prepare for the TKT tests as well. And I've got actually two YouTube channels. The first one is with the tips for foreign language teachers, and the second is about research and writing.
Oh, so, wow, that's great. And I know that you have a written blog, maybe two. Now I think you have two blogs.
No, actually one I have taken down and I've got only one.
Okay, I see. So I think in the video below we will give the links to your blogs and channels. Today we are going to discuss how to make good videos because Tanya has video blog on YouTube and she knows how to work with videos. So I'm going to ask her some questions. And the first question is, what is the most important thing when working with camera? What do you think?
I think that the most important thing is an eye contact, to look at the camera. Do not look above the camera, because if I look above the camera, you as a viewer, you think that I do not talk to you, you know? And yeah. I think this is the most important thing.
Yeah, I tried to do it once. Actually, I made only one video, and as for me, it's the most difficult thing. Do you have any tips for this? Because eyes get tired quickly.
Practice and practice one more time. Really, it's really difficult. And when I used to use my phone to make the videos, and you know, and my camera is here, and here I can see myself. So I always wanted to look at me. If I look pretty enough, but it's not. It's not really working well when you do not look at the camera. And now I'm working with a professional cameraman, and it's much easier to look at the camera and to make an eye contact.
Okay.
So, and of course, I think that it is impossible to do it from the first take, and I used to have, I don't know, about 30 takes. So I recorded the same video for 30 times, and I'm really demanding, and I was like, no, I could do better. No, I should do it much better. Wow. And of course, it's very important that you look at the camera and make sure that you do not kind of cut your face. For example, if you like this, it's not really good. So people should be able to see your face completely.
Okay, it's really hard work. Okay, good, very good, awesome. Thank you very much for sharing. So what about the text? Do you prepare the text beforehand? Do you learn it by heart, or you can just improvise?
I used to write the text word by word for me to be sure that I remember everything. But because I was really somehow, afraid of the camera, I used to work as a journalist for some years at TV, but still it's something different when I recorded the videos using my phone. So I wrote all the words, and I tried to learn it by heart, but of course it's kind of impossible to learn everything you want to say, but I tried, and now I just write main points in a logical way. So now I do not write all the words.
Do you have some hints somewhere near the camera, or you just keep this in your mind?
I've got, for example, a piece of paper. Say it is a piece of paper, and I forgot something. So I looked, number 4. Okay, so number 4. And I think that it's okay to have a look.
Yeah.
Even if you are at an international conference, I always have something at my hands to have a look.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Very good. Thank you very much for sharing. So you already mentioned that before you shoot videos with your phone, and now you have a professional camera and the help of cameraman. So what about a microphone? Do we need a special microphone?
When I use, sometimes still I use my phone, it's a smartphone, and also I will not tell the names of the companies. And also I've got a selfie stick, and also you can make it as a tripod.
Uh-huh.
So you
Okay.
can put it on your table, and if I make a video outside, I've got kind of cool microphone, which is like this, and if it is windy, I can put on this thing. It
Wow.
protects from the wind, and the sound is perfect. But when I didn't have my microphone, special microphone, I used just my headphones with the microphone, just
Uh-huh.
usual.
This fluffy thing is really nice. So now I
Yes.
understand why all these microphones, like for TV reporters, for news reporters, when they work outside, they are all fluffy. I thought it was just for beauty, but
No, it protects from the, yes, yes.
okay, that's great, wonderful.
But at the beginning, I really do not recommend to invest a lot of money, because if it doesn't bring you money, if you don't have an income from it, you shouldn't invest a lot of money. So I started without my cool microphone, and I bought not this cool tripod with a selfie stick. My friend ordered tripod from China for $2, and I
Uh-huh.
started with $2 tripod and my cell phone.
Okay, so develop step by step. Okay, I see. What about the light? Is it possible to make a good video without professional equipment? Or what do you do with the light?
Yes, it is possible to have a professional video without light. For example, if you make your video outside, or make sure that, for example, you are near a window. Right now,
Mm-hmm.
I do not have a good light because the window is behind me. And
Mm-hmm.
when you sit in front of the window, you've got good light. It is better to make videos, I think, before midday, when the sun is at its peak.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yes, see, so daylight is can help.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. So what about background? Actually, now I have terrible background. It's just the kids' room with some kids' pictures. And what about the
I'm in the
background?
kitchen.
But
I'm in the kitchen
when
in
you
the
make
corner.
when you make your video, how do you choose this background? I think it's important.
Yes, but if you have no other choice, for example, I right now I have even worse background than you've got, because I'm in the corner and it's really awful.
Mm-hmm.
So the pictures are much better. Make sure that your background is okay, and even if you have some pictures, it's wonderful. I think the most important thing is what you tell so
Mm-hmm.
far,
Mm-hmm.
and
Okay.
not how you look. If you're like, I always think, am I pretty enough? No, I should change my lipstick.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I see. I see. When you start earning more money with your video, you can just invite some special people who
Makeup
can
artists,
organize,
yes.
yes, your makeup, maybe your studio, and all that stuff. Okay, I see. Very good. So, thank you very much for sharing. Let's talk about the format of the video. Which format do you use for better quality? What size of the video you usually do? Once I made a video with my phone, and then I tried to upload it in my computer, and it took so much time. I don't remember the size, but I think it was good connection, and it took me about 40 minutes to upload 2-minute videos. Wow.
Yes, I do understand you. That's why when I use my phone, I have only one take. So I do not have a lot of takes. For example, when I I am with the cameraman. He changes the backgrounds, and we have like kind of 3 small videos, and then he puts it together. So introduction, main part, and conclusion. And when I used my mobile phone, I had only 1 take, and I uploaded from my phone on YouTube channel, because I tried to do the same thing as you. It took me more than 2 hours.
Yes.
You should have, I think, but I'm not sure, you should have a professional laptop or even PC to do that.
Okay, so it's not so simple for beginners.
It's simple. You use your smartphone, you upload, and it takes up to 5 minutes. Here I use HD quality. That's it.
Okay, I see. So we have already discussed this moment that you have to watch right to the camera. What about some movements, gestures, like not to be just speaking head?
Yes, in order not to be just speaking head, of course, it's better to have to sit a little bit further, as I do, and to explain something. When you explain something, it's more, I don't know, you look alive.
Yeah, so when you give such gestures, I think these are most often gestures that people give in the video lessons or video lectures they use.
Also, it's really nice if you show something, for example, some cards, here something, and you show. If you have a flip chart, or maybe there are some portable whiteboards, small size, so you may write some words there, or to draw, say, I don't know, a timeline, and you show it.
Okay, I see. And what about, is it difficult to show something and look at the camera at the same time? Or it's again just a matter of
Usually,
practice?
for example, it's written here, something, the bar is called volume. Can you see it? And usually they do not see me, they see only the picture.
Okay, I see. That's a nice trick to
And
have some rest for your eyes.
yes, and also they recommend, but of course I'm not perfect, to look aside every 15 seconds. Just a little bit.
Like turn your head or your eyes? I think
no, not head, like eyes. Because they say, again, I'm not an expert, but they say that if you look, for example, for 30 minutes at the camera, people may have an impression that you just learned the text by heart and you just blah 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 blah.
Okay, I just why I asked about eyes or head, because when I recorded my first video and when I looked through it, it was like when I moved my eyes here and there, it was a bit weird. So I decided that.
But it was natural. I liked it.
Okay. Okay, I see. Thank you. So what about the length of the video? What is the best length? Maybe because I think, as for me, I hate long videos. If it's more than 30 minutes, then I just think, okay, I will watch it sometime.
Oh, really? 30 minutes? I never watch videos which are more than 10 minutes.
Okay, I see.
And my videos usually are up to 5 minutes.
Okay, the shorter the better. Maybe it's a good idea to make 2 or 3 subsequent videos and
Yes,
okay, I see.
I
So
practice it
we have
sometimes.
to be quick then.
Yes, of course. And also talking about the cards. Sometimes if it's, for example, I had a video which is 18 ways to praise your students. And of course, when I work not with my cell phone, but with the cameraman, I cannot see what's here and in what order I have the words. So for example, I have here wonderful, and here I write also wonderful. So I show and I read wonderful, because 18 cards, it is impossible to, for me, of course, it is impossible to memorize in what order I got all the words.
Okay, I see. So just tips for yourself. Okay. And the last question connected to the video, how to make your video interesting, not to allow it to be boring, because sometimes it's just monologue. It's always a monologue, and sometimes monologues become really boring. Do you have any tips about that?
Again, I'm not a professional, but I think that intonation is very important.
For example?
When you speak at a level tone, it is very difficult to understand
Okay.
and to rise and falls. And do you understand? And moreover, I would like to tell you that I'm still working on that, because sometimes when I really want to tell something, I sometimes talk blah 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 blah, and I may use level tone, and then Tatiana, stop.
Oh, okay. I
I need
see.
another take.
Okay, so
So I'm still working.
intonation is important. Okay, I see. So I have another, I have three more questions which are not connected to the video, if you don't mind. So you
Sure.
are a teacher trainer. Can you recommend a good book for teachers who are just starting their teaching career? I think that some teachers can watch our video, our interview, and they may be interested. What is the best book for you? So which you have with you always, which you like to open and read again and again, the book about teaching.
I unfortunately I do not open it again and again because I read in other books. Sorry, but I think that for teachers who just begin their careers as teachers, I would recommend How to Teach English by Harmer.
Okay,
It's
okay,
easy to read and
okay. I think we will write the name of the book also in, how do we call it in YouTube?
description.
Yes,
It's called
okay.
the description of
So
the
it's
video.
kind of box.
Yes,
I
description.
don't remember. Okay.
Title, description, text.
Okay, so in description we will write everything. Question number 2, what about some software or maybe mobile application that you use when teaching English classes?
I use Skype. That's
Uh-huh.
it. If
Okay.
I want, because using Skype, I may show my screen if I have a presentation, or also I can send some pictures to
Mm-hmm.
elicit something from students. I send a picture, say, with an apple. They
Mm-hmm.
say, "Oh, it's an apple." Yes, right, you are.
Okay, so I can just add that Skype is good, but now we are using Zoom and Zoom is even better. And maybe someday we will make another interview and we will show how to work with Zoom too. Okay, good. Thank you. And the last question. When you have to start a class and you haven't prepared the lesson plan, or maybe you just didn't wake up at the right time or you forgot about this. So, do you have any secrets how to make such class successful when you're not prepared for the class at all?
If you know by heart
Uh-huh.
how to plan, for example, a lesson using test, teach, test, you know
Uh-huh.
that
Yes, TTT.
lead, leading, sorry, then test what kind of exercises you use, teach, and
Mm-hmm.
then test again. And if you know it all by heart, it's fine. The same as how to teach listening, for example. There is a plan, basic plan, which you
Mm-hmm.
know by heart, and you just stick to the, I don't know, it's like basic plan or the main plan. I don't know how to call it.
Okay, let's say basic plan, why not? A good name. So you
Yeah.
have just something basic which we can use actually for any student, any level, just adapt it. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, very good. Thank you very much for answering all my questions. I hope I haven't taken a lot of your time. So
No.
it was Tatiana, English teacher and English teacher trainer, and find us on YouTube.